When a dog gives birth, it's a moment of pure joy and excitement. But for one unsuspecting vet, it turned into an unforgettable experience. What was supposed to be a routine delivery quickly spiraled into a shocking discovery that no one could have predicted. What was it? Let's dive in. It was a bright morning at Dr. Thompson's veterinary clinic. The air smelled of antiseptic and fresh coffee as the soft hum of the fluorescent lights filled the room. The clinic was bustling, but everything seemed calm until Sarah, the clinic's receptionist, walked in with a worried expression. "Dr. Thompson, there's a dog in labor in the waiting room," she said, her voice shaky. The dog in question, a German shepherd named Bella, had been coming in for checkups over the past few months. Her owner, Emily, was excited but nervous, as Bella had been carrying 5 puppies for weeks. Emily had been counting down the days until Bella would deliver. But this morning, she looked worried, her hands trembling as she helped Bella into the clinic. Dr. Thompson, a seasoned vet with years of experience, smiled reassuringly. "It's going to be fine, Emily. Let's get Bella comfortable, and we'll handle everything from here." Little did they know, this delivery would take an unexpected turn. As Bella lay on the examination table, her belly heaved with each contraction. Dr. Thompson and Emily stood by, her hands gently stroking Bella's fur in an attempt to calm her. Bella's breathing was heavy, her body tense with each wave of labor. It was clear that she was in discomfort, but this was normal for a dog about to give birth. "Everything looks good so far," Dr. Thompson said, as he gently palpated Bella's abdomen, checking for signs that the puppies were ready. Bella gave a soft whine, but she was calm, her loyal eyes focused on Emily, who whispered sweetly to her. The first puppy emerged within minutes. A small bundle of fur and wetness. It squirmed and cried weakly as Bella licked it clean, her maternal instincts kicking in immediately. Emily gasped in relief, her eyes wide as she held Bella's head. "That's it, girl. You're doing great," she whispered, her voice trembling. The second puppy came quickly after, and then the third. With each passing moment, Bella's strength seemed to grow. The room was filled with the soft sounds of whimpering puppies and the reassuring murmur of Dr. Thompson's voice, guiding Bella through the process. By the time the 4th puppy was born, the mood in the room was one of calm anticipation. "Only one more to go," Dr. Thompson said, glancing at Emily with a reassuring smile. Everything seemed normal, until the 5th and final puppy began to make its appearance. It was then that Dr. Thompson felt something unexpected. A strange tension filled the room. Something didn't feel right as the 5th puppy began to emerge. The atmosphere in the room shifted. Dr. Thompson's hands, which had been gentle and steady, suddenly hesitated. Bella let out a low, strained growl as she pushed, her body tense with exertion. Emily, still focused on the first few puppies, noticed the change in the vet's demeanor and looked up. "Dr. Thompson?" Emily's voice trembled with concern. The smile that had been on Dr. Thompson's face earlier had faded, replaced with a furrowed brow as he studied Bella's abdomen more intently. He paused for a moment, running his hands over the area with careful precision. "Something's not quite right," he muttered under his breath. Bella's contractions were stronger now, but the final puppy wasn't coming as easily as the others. Dr. Thompson's expression darkened slightly as he glanced between the dog and the other veterinary staff who had gathered around. "Hold on, Bella," Dr. Thompson reassured, though his voice was more strained than usual. He could feel the hesitation in the dog's body, the odd resistance that made him question if the puppy was in distress. Normally, the last puppy would come swiftly, but this one felt different, almost as if it were stuck. Emily's eyes widened with fear. "What's wrong? Is she okay?" Dr. Thompson gave a small, anxious shake of his head. "I'm not sure yet. I just need a moment to see what's going on." He turned to his assistant, his voice tight. "Prepare the birthing kit. We might need to intervene." The calm of the room quickly evaporated, replaced by a rising tension that had everyone on edge. Something was wrong, but no one could pinpoint exactly what it was. The tension in the room grew unbearable as Dr. Thompson carefully examined Bella, trying to determine what was wrong. Bella, exhausted from the previous deliveries, was panting heavily, her eyes full of concern and discomfort. With every contraction, the final puppy seemed to hesitate, almost as if something was blocking its passage. Dr. Thompson's brow furrowed in concentration. Emily stood by, her hands trembling, a sense of dread creeping over her. "What's happening? Is she okay?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. The vet didn't answer immediately, his gaze fixed on Bella. His hands gently moved down to her abdomen, palpating carefully, trying to determine the position of the puppy. For a brief moment, everything was still. Then, without warning, Bella let out a sharp yelp of pain. Her body tensed, and Dr. Thompson immediately acted, gently pulling at the puppy's legs. That's when he froze. The last puppy, emerging now, wasn't moving the way it should. Dr. Thompson's eyes widened, and he quickly pulled back, startled. Something was terribly wrong. "What is it?" Emily's voice broke through his stunned silence that IT was stillborn. But that wasn't the shocking part. As he gently examined it, he gasped in disbelief. This isn't a normal puppy," he muttered. Bella whined softly, nudging the lifeless body of her puppy, as though she didn't understand what had gone wrong. The staff exchanged confused glances. What was Dr. Thompson seeing? Was it a deformity? Dr. Thompson, now visibly shaken, slowly turned to Emily, his voice barely audible. "This puppy, it's not like the others. It's human." Emily's mouth went dry. "What?" she breathed, her voice shaky. The room went cold. Dr. Thompson's next words sent a chill down everyone's spine. "It's not a dog. It's something else." Emily's face drained of color as she stared at the lifeless puppy in his hands. Her mind raced, unable to process the shocking revelation. But how? Dr. Thompson took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. He gently placed the stillborn puppy down on a sterile cloth and turned back to Bella. The dog, still in labor but visibly exhausted, seemed unaware of the strange turn the situation had taken. Dr. Thompson's fingers trembled slightly as he adjusted his glasses and continued, his voice now calm but serious. "There's a rare condition called a chimerism, Emily," he explained, his eyes scanning the room. "It's when two embryos fuse together during development, and one organism ends up with cells from both species, usually within the same body." He paused, letting the words sink in. "What we're seeing here is a result of that." Bella, somehow, carried not just puppies, but a genetic anomaly. Emily's breath caught in her throat. "So this puppy is part human?" Dr. Thompson nodded, his face grave. "It appears so. A genetic anomaly that's incredibly rare. It's the only explanation." He took a deep breath. "But we need to focus on Bella now. She's okay. Let's make sure she's comfortable." Emily stood frozen, overwhelmed by the revelation, her hands trembling as she stroked Bella's fur. The shock of the moment still hadn't worn off as the days passed. The shock of what had happened began to settle into a strange sense of calm. Bella, despite the exhausting labor and the mysterious puppy, was recovering well. Dr. Thompson kept a close eye on her, making sure she was eating, resting, and recovering from the intense experience. Emily stayed by her side, reassuring her with gentle strokes and quiet words. The other 4 puppies were thriving, their playful energy filling the room as they nursed from Bella. Though the 5th puppy had caused so much confusion, the rest of the litter was perfectly healthy. The mystery surrounding the anomaly began to fade as the focus shifted back to Bella's well-being. Emily looked down at the puppies, her heart full of love and gratitude. "She's going to be okay," she whispered, her voice soft with relief. Dr. Thompson gave a small, knowing smile. "Yes, she is. And so are the puppies." The mystery of that day would stay with them all, a reminder of how nature could still surprise even the most seasoned professionals. As the days went by, the mystery of the unusual puppy remained etched in their minds, but life moved on. Bella and her healthy puppies settled into their new routine, and Emily couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude that everything turned out okay. It had been a day full of shock and disbelief, but also one filled with love and hope. What do you think about this unbelievable story? Could you imagine what it must have been like to witness such a rare event? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories.